So throughout your programming journey and developing apps, you will be using a lot of string conversions, especially if you're working on the front end with user interfaces. So right now we have two different variables here: number of countries, which is an integer, and temperature, which is a float. But we're just going to demonstrate that we can convert most data types into a string. So the first technique to convert items into a string is using the string function. So let's create a new variable called number of countries string. It will be of type string, and we'll set it to number of countries. So of course, Xcode will give us an error and it will say cannot convert value of type integer to specified type string. To use the string function, we will just type in string and use the number of countries as its input. Well, now if we play this playground, it will successfully convert it to a string. So we can do that with the float as well. So let's go ahead and create temperature string, type string, and use the string function to convert the temperature. Likewise, it will successfully convert into a string. So how do we use it in user interfaces? So for example, you have a travel app and you have a welcome message. So now we can use the value that was converted into a string into our welcome message. So let's create a new variable called welcome message of type string. We can create this welcome message by saying you have visited space, plus sign, and the number of countries string. Number of countries string plus space countries so far. So that will successfully concatenate our string and include the value of the number of countries that we just converted. Of course, we can do that with temperature as well. Let's say it's a greeting message for a weather app. And it will say temperature is temperature string space degrees. And we'll click play and it'll say the temperature is 25.7 degrees. So that's one way to do it, using concatenation and converting the value to a string using the string function. So of course, as mentioned in the previous lesson, a shorter way to do this is using string interpolation. So let's create a new variable called app welcome message, type string, and it will say the same thing. You have visited countries so far. And instead of going through that long and winding process, we can use string interpolation by typing in a backward slash, two parentheses, and adding in our original number of countries integer value. And if we play this playground, it will achieve the same effect without having to go through that long and winding process. So that is string conversion and string interpolation.